Hello everyone and welcome to episode 47 of the Classic Skyrim reviews. Yes, we are steadily moving towards 50, and if you count the special edition and Fallout 4 reviews, even the 100 is not that far away. So in terms of mods for this week, it pretty much continues with the same kind of quality, so let's take a closer look. Conjure the intro! Starting with the small, simple stuff this time again. Equip best ammo by Under the Sky. So in the vanilla game, if you equip a ranged weapon like a bow, the game will automatically equip arrows. The game, however, always chooses the worst, weakest arrows in your inventory. With this mod, it's the other way around. You get the strongest projectiles available automatically equipped. Pretty simple stuff, but definitely makes sense. The next one will be a bit different. Nexus Skyrim Overhaul Magic Edition by Kelsenelvian. Got it this time. You see, I can't really show you any in-game footage of this one, because it's not a mod, it's more like an overhaul project. The aim here is to combine all the available good magic mods on the Nexus and create the ultimate magical experience for your playthrough. So in the end, you will end up with hundreds of new spells, over 120 new enchantments, and over 12,000 new weapons and armors. And that certainly sounds like something. So what you actually get to download here is like a compatibility patch for a bunch of other mods, including fixes and allowing for all the mods to work together without conflicts or bugs. That means of course you will still need to get all the other mods as well. Here are a few examples of the mods which actually form this huge overhaul. Apocalypse, Magic of Skyrim, obviously, Summer Mist, Enchantments of Skyrim, Elemental Destruction Magic, the Elder Scrolls Tombs, Skyrim Magic add-on, and many more. This is pretty much the same thing I did for my current Special Edition Full Mage Let's Play, only with less mods, since many of those aren't available for the Special Edition. In other words, this certainly is a great opportunity for all those who always wanted to try out a full mage playstyle with lots and lots of new magical content. We also have a really nice hair mod this week again. Endow HDT Hair by Real Clone. Yes, a nice hair package with lots of HDT physics supported hairstyles. First things first, they are all for females only. But yeah, the hairstyles look pretty feminine. I don't think that would look well on a warrior brood, and those also aren't hairstyles for race menu, but actually wearable wigs. So there are not many color variations, only two actually. The physics however are really nice and realistic, you know, not too jiggly. Some of the wigs have really fancy decorations, and you also get this flower accessory as a bonus, it seems. There is even a multicolored Harley Quinn wig, in case you want to be the Joker. As already mentioned, there are some really beautiful ones among those, and the good thing about wigs is you can just give them to your followers, no need for customization. The follower mod for this week is quite unusual too. Java Follower, another Star Wars themed follower by Haim Projects. He can be found at his little hut near Thunderstone Grove, sitting there like a boss. It also looks like somebody has a little hoarding problem. He even talks like a Java, but before you can recruit him, he will send you on a little quest to get one more item for his collection. He will also give you a staff with which you will be able to summon him. This Java has many useful abilities. You can for example mark a location through dialogue and then ask him to teleport you there, or to any town as a matter of fact. Apart from that, he has pretty much the same functions as Snippy. He can summon torch bugs to provide light, use a detect life spell, or, here's a new one, he can be sent to look for items. And in terms of combat, he fights like a Reekling and throws spears. Well, not bad. This is slowly turning into Star Wars more and more, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. And now, as usual, it's time for some horrible monstrosities. House Cats by Mihail. I was joking, of course. Those little guys are certainly domesticated and mean you no harm. There have been several cat mods already, but I have to say, this model does really look like an actual real-life cat. It's really nice watching them peacefully take a stroll through the streets. And in case you want to play cat and mouse, there are also some giant rats. Yep, no kidding, giant definitely fits here. Those are some oversized rats. I mean seriously, look how huge they are compared to the cats. So I'm not sure who will be hunting who here. You know what? Let's try it out. Okay, yes, this is pretty much what I expected. The cat was scared shitless and ran away. Considering this situation, can't blame it. And we have another oversized creature. Megalania, another prehistoric creature digitalized for our game. As already mentioned, those overgrown reptiles are really enormous in size. Maybe even big enough to be a competition for the dragons. Fighting them can be a bit clippy, since they use the saber cat skeleton, and this model is much larger, it's sometimes hard to deal with the hitboxes. Also, the death animation is quite hilarious, when the physics start going crazy and all. Okay, before we move to weapons and armors, there's a little accessory mod. Stuffed Animals Accessory, another mod by Othira. So, this time we have another head accessory and some fluffy cute backpacks. For females and males too, of course. Yes, real men wear such things. This kind of stuff is always welcome. Somebody has a really good fashion sense. And now it's time to bring out those weapons and armors. Starting with Morgynn Ashcroft Sword Remade by Billy Rowe and Dark Rogue 21. When we hear Billy Rowe, we instantly expect shiny, detailed, high-quality weapons. And it's not different with this one. On the contrary, the attention to detail here is quite extreme on both the sword and the scabbard. I had to zoom in here with a different field of view to be able to capture all this high-definition glory and awesomeness of this weapon. And the second weapon mod is Asphodel by Ronnie Magnum and Hillel Ben Shahar. Well, that's certainly an interesting looking sword with a Jewish star on the hilt. The correct term is Star of David, also known as Shield of David or Magen David. This weapon looks like it might be a royal treasure or something similar. We have one more weapon, people, British Mercenary Longsword by Kaketsu. This looks like a typical longsword, the type you can find in the Witcher series a lot, for example. Not much else to add here, the textures could use some work, other than that, it's a decent weapon. This situation again, no armors on the Nexus. And you all know what that means, right? BDO Anemos by Herbalist. Yep, another armor from Black Desert Online. This one is really beautiful. It kinda has some elements of a wedding dress. Those lace see-through stripes hanging from the arms also have slight HDT physics. They only move just a little bit, I didn't even notice it at first. And also this dress is really flowery. Literally flowers everywhere you look. Okay, and some leaves too. I took them for feathers at first. And then we have a totally different kind of attire. Vindictus Terminus by Team TAL. An armor from the online game Vindictus, obviously. Yes, it looks like this time the females get some badass armors. Very nice details on those decorations. This armor has the falcon theme all over it, or at least some kind of bird. Especially the pauldrons look like they mean business. There are also two color variations, iron and gold. And here's another badass armor. Vindictus Habitant, also by Team TAL, and also from Vindictus. Yes, it is in the title. This one looks incredibly badass too. You know, it actually reminds me on the Daedric armor a bit. Check the irregular horns on the helmet. And there's the Eye of Hermaeus Mora on the neck. Yep, this design totally fits into Skyrim. Here we have two color lines as well, but it's only slightly different. Can you see the difference? And now, rejoice my friends, for we have a quest mod! Whispers of the Sixth House by Morgynn 1979. This aims to be somewhat of a sequel to what happens in Morgynn. To start, you have to talk to this new merchant NPC in the Drunken Huntsman.
Hello there, friend. I'm a traveling merchant. I travel from town to town selling my wares.
Alright, the voice acting is okay, but damn, this guy's voice lines are really quiet. Anyway, he wants to sell us an amulet for 1000 gold, which is supposed to be worth much more. And as we do that, he disappears, and this historian NPC appears.
This amulet is a relic of the Sixth House, one of the 7 great houses of the old Dunmer Empire, House Dagoth, the Sleeping House.
The voice lines on this one have an okay volume, but anyway, she is really worried when she sees that amulet and offers us 3000 gold if we investigate the cave in which the merchant found the amulet. So we make our way to this cave, which of course happens to be the first dungeon of this mod. The dungeon itself looks pretty decent, custom assets here and there, spooky red lights everywhere, and we get to battle classic Morrowindy enemies like the Dreamers or Corpus-infected zombies. So after we clear this place out and find the information, we return back to the historian.
What did you find?
After we tell her what happened, she proceeds to summarize literally the whole history of Morrowind and the events which transpired during the game. I'm not kidding, she talks for like 15 minutes.
In 2E882, the Tribunal journeyed to Red Mountain to renew their connection to the heart in a bathing ritual they once again encountered.
So after all this, we learn that Dagoth apparently somehow did not really die after all, and we are being sent to the next dungeon, the base of the Sixth House, another place full of familiar looking bad guys. Well, at this point you should have the basic idea what this quest is about. It seems to be quite decent, and for hardcore Morrowind fans, it's probably really awesome. And this is it for this week's episode. The links to all mods are as always in the description below. Don't forget to endorse the mods you like. And also don't forget to like this video, leave a comment and subscribe. This really helps me a lot. I thank you all for watching and see you around.